mean, I think it's easy to say, like, you know, we finished up last season with hockey with a national championship. And to say that, all right, we're good. I mean, like, we had our entire senior class, and at that point, their career was done at DU. They were all back into the weight room within a week. You know, there's so many ways to influence somebody in terms of their performance, whether it's nutrition, sports psychology, in the weight room, and creating stress and seeing how well you can get an adaptation. But there's so many little details that you can drive their performance in different ways and get different outcomes, that there's always a curiosity behind, well, what can we do more?
Our junior year, we lost in the Frozen Four in the semis to North Dakota. It was like a heartbreaker. We lost in like the last minute. And literally every guy that came back the following year was already in the weight room like a week, 2 weeks after we'd lost.
It's about getting them to actually go into every single game in an optimal situation for their health and their performance and actually win games. Because at the end of the day, like, that's the outcome. That's
why they're here.
Result-based, yeah.
So the first thing was literally just attacking consistency and how they showed up, the effort that they brought, and then the detail. And like, those three things were really the foundation that we laid.
Coach Shaw is one of the best at helping you balance your life as a person between school, working out, playing, obviously, eating right, sleeping right, like everything. He's such a detail-oriented guy that, you know, he just brings that passion to every day. By his guidance and just like having that motivation that he's helped instill in us, it's helped us to get to where we are today.
Yeah, I think that's one thing you guys have done really well is I don't want to use the word integration, but the collaboration and how everybody's on the same page. It's very clear when you come to DU that everybody has the same goal and the same kind of interests, and you look at the incentives and how everybody behaves, and it is in the same direction. And so it makes sense then that progress is faster.
Our athletes, when they train, there's a level of focus behind them achieving something. And we talk about it in every phase. It's like you can't get lost, I think, in just week in and week out, just going through the motions, but it's like how things link together within the training process is what matters. It's the overall process, the day-to-day, that allows these kids to actually make it to that next level. You know, like when I first got here, it wasn't trying to reinvent the wheel, it was impact culture. We spent the first year and a half just getting guys to work harder than they have with more detail, to understand the process behind how we were doing things and how everything kind of fit together. And then it naturally evolved as kids, I think, started to realize we were adding things to the program, making it more complex, giving them, I think, different methodologies behind their training that were going to give them better responses based on an individual level. And it naturally has now progressed to a point where it's this self-sufficient culture where everyone's detail-oriented. We have professionally mindset, you know, athletes that walk in the door and they're trying to get better and get to that next level developmentally and to end up in professional athletics. We kept asking questions behind, like, well, why are we doing certain things? How is this being integrated? How are we meeting, you know, the masses, but also getting the most out of each individual athlete? So it became a natural progression to kind of look for opportunities for growth as a coach to then be able to apply everything back into our athletes' benefit.
My freshman class, who were seniors this year, we were able to go out on top and win a national championship because we put in those 4 years of work with Shawzy and everybody at this program.
We, I think, spent a lot of time educating our athletes behind why we're doing things and getting them to understand the foundations and the knowledge that goes into everything that we're doing from a programming standpoint, structurally within practice training loads, and using data to drive our decision making. For them to go through an environment like here and to be taught, I think, what it means to be a professional and to take care of their details in terms of whether it's training, rehab, how to go through practice at the right intensity level. They understand what the demand is going to be and they're prepared for it by the time that they leave here.
Matt, thanks so much for hosting us,
Yeah,
man.
you got it, absolutely.
This place is awesome. I'm so glad that you guys at home got to see this because it's truly not only a center of excellence, but it's really unique in nature. And I don't say that lightly. What they do here is special. The way they coordinate their efforts, but the way that they constantly are pushing the envelope to make sure that the athlete has the very best in performance, but also in health. So it's really cool to see. I'm glad we got to sneak behind the curtain and take you guys into this dungeon so you can advance back at home.